Namaskar and hello friends once again to yet another episode, which is episode 6 of Time Pass Cooking during lockdown. Every time I've been discussing and researching and documenting what to cook and what not to cook, uh, you always think of something new and unusual. And I always feel that whatever dish I make should have at least a story to it as a base and as a foundation, but also at the same time, but within my limitations that I have, I need to create a dish because I cannot inculcate the exact recipe that I may have studied, researched, documented, tasted or flavored. Today, I plan to travel to Ladakh and I am going to make something very interesting. It's called the Yarkandi Pulao. Now, what is a Yarkandi Pulao? You see, many centuries ago, there was a huge trade route between Central Asia and Ladakh, and Yarkand was one place where there was a great trading sector where traders used to come to Ladakh, bring in their tea, bring in a couple of other things, and then they obviously food has been associated. So whenever there's been external influences, food plays a vital role. So originated the Yarkandi Pulao. Yarkandi is actually, the origin of Yarkandi Pulao is very, very Turkish, but it came to Ladakh and they made a rice dish out of it. And Yarkandi Pulao is basically nothing but rice and spices. I did not know how to make the Yarkandi Pulao, though I had tasted it, the flavors were there. My friend Kalo Wangchuk cooks very well. But I wanted a typical Muslim Yarkandi Pulao. So I decided to call up my friend Nasir Munshi, who lives in Kargil, runs a beautiful resort there. And Nasir is a Muslim from there, and his mother is a fabulous cook. So she shared a recipe with me, which is very simple. I may not have everything, but I am going to make an attempt to make a Yarkandi Pulao, and I will serve it by my version of a baba ganoush, which is like a raita, which will have mint, which will have garlic, and which will also have roasted eggplant. So I think without ado, हम करते हैं अपना काम शुरू, and let us go to our kitchen and start working on the Yarkandi Pulao. I'm in my kitchen now and I am going to make an attempt to make the Yarkandi Pulao. So for my Yarkandi Pulao, I have already got my meza ready. This is mutton, fresh mutton only for display. My meat and lamb has already been boiled, in which I have boiled my mutton actually in this muslin cloth. In this went some mace, some sprigs of cinnamon, some cardamom, whole cardamom, green cardamom, big cardamom, some cloves, and some pepper, and some cumin seeds. My cumin has also gone into it. Then I have also added some cinnamon powder to this and a slight mixture of a little bit of my homemade garam masala, slight garam masala. Now this is going to be ready, and this has already been put, and already while my soup is being made, it had already gone into this. Then I have added some saffron. Saffron, of course, Kashmir, Iran, parts of Afghanistan, Herat. So I have this fantastic Herat saffron, which was given to me by a friend of mine which I use very sparingly for me because it's like gold, hasn't gone into it. And what I have done is I've already pre-soaked the rice and I have mixed it with streaks of saffron. So, to give it just the right kind of flavor and the color, which I will put right at the end. I'm actually cooking this in a rice cooker, and of course the process is long, but this is a shortcut method. I could have done it otherwise also. Normally what happens in the Yarkandi pulao is your mutton is 3/4 cooked, your rice is 3/4 cooked, then everything is put together and then you do the dum, and then then the whole thing is done and your pulao is ready. However, I think we must start cooking now and let's see how this turns out to be. My version is slightly different now. What I'm going to do is my desi ghee goes into it because it needs a lot of fat. And fat, especially in mountainous areas, a lot of fat is eaten. It's supposed to be very healthy, keeps your body warm because of the minus temperature that is always there, and fills you up also. So this is homemade desi ghee which goes into this. It's a rather generous helping. I'll wait for the ghee to heat up. Now it's going to crackle a bit because it's soupy, so my mutton will go into this. I'm cooking this till such time the mutton becomes slightly crispy. It's already been done, nicely boiled. My cloves go into it. Just a few. Whole pepper. Chutpati mini, bapa mini. Little bit of cardamom, 2-3 strands of cardamom. I will add some salt to taste. So I added no salt in this. Just a little bit of homemade masala. Just a little bit. I can smell the mutton getting ready. Getting slightly crispy on top. Becoming nice and crunchy, you can see. My soup goes into this. Now the other side. And my soup is going to go. You can see the whole structure is getting ready. Last but not the least, my muslin cloth will go into this. And I will bring the whole thing to boil. So while my mutton soup is getting ready, which I will mix with rice, which I've already soaked it and kept it for some time, I'll mix the entire thing and everything will go into the rice cooker and we'll just let it stay so that it can start cooking. We will start our process of making a baba ganoush. My version of baba ganoush. It's a desi version of baba ganoush. So for that, these are fresh mints, green chilies, some green chilies, smoked brinjals. Now my smoked brinjal, my fresh mint and my garlic paste will go into the mixer and I will churn it. The moment I have churned it, I will add the yogurt. It's very simple to cook. Then what I'm going to do is I will use some curry leaves on top and some mustard seeds. Take a little bit of desi ghee and use this as a tadka or a chhonk. So when all this is ready and my raita is ready, I will put the tadka on top, and that will accompany my desi version of Yarkandi pulao. Okay, my soup and mixture is ready. So what goes into it is the rice. So my rice is now on the verge of getting ready. I've mixed the entire thing. The whole thing now will go into the rice cooker. So we're going to I'm going to pick up my rice cooker and I will take this and transfer the entire thing into the sink. I'll put everything here. Now my saffron rice, which I had soaked in saffron, will come on top. Yeah, and there we go. So while this is also being done, what I have done is I've added some apricots also, Ladakhi apricots, which I had sort of made, and I'm going to put this back also so that it adds a lot of color and fire to it. So what I'm doing is my brinjals will go in. My mint will go in. My salt goes in. My garlic, which I had already put as garlic paste, that goes in. Now I am putting some yogurt in this. बस रख दो इसको। I will churn it. Okay, now this is done. I'm now going to add the entire yogurt in this. इसमें डाल दो सारा का सारा दही। सारा दही डाल दो। इसको स्क्रीन कर लेना। Alright, my desi version of Baba Ganoush is ready, and it's a little thin and watery because it's something like a gravy which I do. Now I'm going to put a nice little interesting Indianized tadka on top.
to give it a sort of a little touch and a little fusion to my cooking.
My little bit of oil goes into this for the chonk on top. Mustard seeds. And some green chilies will go into this. It's going to crackle a little. The moment it starts crackling a bit, then I will add the curry leaf to make it a little crunchy. My curry leaf is gone into this. This is ready. Now this will go into my raita. And that is how my Indian version and Desi version of Baba Ganoush is ready. I'll put this in the freezer so that to let it chill. And once my rice is ready, our lunch is ready. Food is very simple. My pulao is also ready. Let's have a look. Look at the flavors. See how the saffron is smelling, how everything is looking good. This served with Baba Ganoush, with some little bit of chilies and a little bit of spice. I think it's absolutely perfect. So, I'm sure you must have enjoyed this. If you've not, let me know. But do subscribe to my page on Facebook, and you will get to, like I'm learning, I would love to share with all of you interesting recipes of lockdown cooking. Till such time, we come to episode 7 of Lockdown Cooking. See you till then. Cheers for now. Bye. I'm going to have fun now. And let me just taste and see how it is. Succulent. See how the meat is breaking up. And it's absolutely tasting fantastic. While I have my lunch, bon appetit guys. Stay safe, stay healthy, and love you all.